So, Ward, you were pretty much able to determine that that Halifax is still infected from some sort of virus.
Did we ever determine if there were any user's manuals or anything like that for the ship stashed around? Any documentation?
You haven't determined that yet.
Okay. Well, that's my next thing that I'm going to be doing is looking around, see if I can find any record of operators' manuals or emergency resets or anything like that. That's what I'm looking for.
And I think I'm going to go try the mess hall and see if I find any food.
Okay, I was going to say it's probably getting to a point now where you all are going. Did you guys rest?
Not since we got on the ship. No,
you haven't. You guys are getting to a point where you need to rest, and after you rest, you'll need to eat and drink. Do some supply rolls. So if you want to wrap anything up first before you do that, because you're getting to a point where you're all exhausted.
Well, I guess I'm checking to see if the mess hall has any food or water or anything that we would have access to without having to do supply rolls, I guess.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay, so Cable, you're going to head to the mess hall, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm still looking.
Ward, okay, so you're spending your time in the bridge?
Yes.
And you're just looking around the bridge for...
I'm combing the bridge. I'm looking under terminals. I'm opening every compartment I can find to see if there's anything that is in a non-digital format that lists how to interact with the computer or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I would have also checked inside of Mother's room.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, so I'll leave you there for a second. So back in the mess hall, Cato, Carson, you're sitting there trying. You do get Bruce some coffee, and Cable comes walking in.
Any food around?
That's a great idea. We looked for coffee first, so there's a fresh pot.
Ooh, I'll grab I'll grab a glass of coffee before I even start looking for food. Also, like who needs
a pot
food?
of coffee?
Okay.
So yeah, then I'll as I have my cup of coffee, I'm gonna rummage around and see if I can find any food.
You do find that there is still food and water supply from the ship. However, just note that this does not affect your.
Yeah, I won't change mine.
Your food and water supply on your character.
But we don't have to enroll for supplies, I assume, today, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Drink my cup of coffee, sitting on the bench, just chilling out.
Okay.
Eating some goop and drink. Yeah.
Eating some goop.
Some goop.
Yeah, this is kind of to a point where you guys are all just starting to feel completely exhausted.
All right, so I guess after finishing a cup of coffee, I'll just go back to my quarters and try to catch some sleep.
Okay.
My course of action will depend on my search results.
Okay.
I will also start to make my way slowly down to my room because it takes me a little longer.
Okay.
So I have to crawl down it.
That's right.
Crawl down the ladder.
Yeah, well, I figure you got arm strength.
I think that's how we got in this position. Yeah, that's the plan. I guess is the ship sealed up? Are we?
I'm pretty sure we closed it when we came in, I think.
Okay. I mean, I guess to be fair, there's nobody left in here for me to ask. So.
Yeah, when we found it, the ship was closed. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Cato, you're heading out too?
Yeah, I'll see if I can clean up the mess in my room and make room to sleep.
Okay. All right, Ward. You come up empty-handed, and you don't find anything that point you in any kind of direction.
Then dejected, I'll swing by and grab a handful of whatever's in the mess hall and head back to my quarters.
Okay.
After making sure all the doors are closed to the outside of the ship.
Okay. All right.
I was separate from everybody else, so I didn't know if they did that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, truth be told, I can't remember if you closed the door or not either. So, but we're going to say that you did, or it was. Either one. So you're good. Okay. So, so you guys all go to sleep, and you go through a uneventful night, and eventually you all just wake up and you feel refreshed and you're good to go.
Cool. I'm going to make my way back to the mess hall to eat.
I'm going to look in the other rooms to see if it looks like anybody slept in those rooms overnight.
Okay. Before we move forward, do we need to do any kind of recap of what you've been doing here at LV779, or do you all remember enough to move
Well, we were
forward?
trying to get up to the upper floors. We never actually accomplished because we escaped first.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I mean,
Did we
originally
find
we
it-
landed here for a job, right? Then it just kind of went pear-shaped from there.
well, we were fooled into thinking we were going here for a job. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any weapons? Did we find any of our weapons here?
Yeah. I
Right.
did.
Not in the ship, but Carson found his, a while back.
Let's say on the ship, is any of our weapons we've left behind still be here?
No.
Nope. Everything's been
Okay.
looted except for the food and water. So I'm going to basically just leave this up to you guys to figure out what you all want to do next, or how you want to handle moving forward, really.
Were there any other ships that we could see when we came in last night? When we left the building, was it just the Halifax?
Well,
I remember there was
the
a
best way to
battle.
put that
but-
is
yeah.
you basically hurried into the Halifax, and none
Yeah,
of you took time to look around. So if you want to, you can explore that.
Yeah.
That'd be a tomorrow project.
Well, it is tomorrow, right? I mean, we slept, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're already awake. Okay.
Mhm.
We're full. Okay.
Yeah, we're awake.
Yeah. I guess we should meet up somewhere.
I'm already in the mess hall.
I am going to head up to the mess hall also.
I was checking the other rooms that were not used by my coworkers, just to see if it looks like anything had changed from the night before.
Mhm.
And then I'll head up to that's all.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Okay, so everybody's being in the mess hall now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You're in the mess hall. All of you.
I looked to see if I could figure out a way to kind of reboot the ship. I couldn't find any paper documentation, at least up there on the bridge.
Yeah, we should probably look in
We're back.
Andromeda's workshop.
Do we want to take a look around the ship? Does anybody want to go do that first?
Yeah, we can comb it. I want to get out to the field and kind of comb what happened out there and see if we can find anything. Maybe weapons and other things we can maybe scrounge from the war zone that's left out there and start there first.
Yeah, I'll head to the workshop with whoever wants to go that direction.
I can go with you, Captain, if I like scrounging through garbage
Cool.
or dead bodies, whatever. We've got Grib. When still no sign of Imogen. What, Ward? Was there any sign of our other passenger friend that we
No.
left here?
No, not that I could find. However, if there were indeed people inside raiding the ship, either she hid or she fled.
Or she could have been taken.
This is true. I suppose we could make an announcement. So, because that's one thing we haven't done is made an announcement on the ship.
Does the PA
we've
system
searched, but,
work?
I mean, life support works. We just can't, lift off. Or so I would assume that the PA system would work. I don't know. So I walk over. I'll actually walk away, and I walk into the med lab, and I walk over to the PA system, and I hold the button down. And I say, "Is this thing on?"
And
then I
yes,
stick my head out in the hall.
yeah, you get you can actually hear it echo throughout the ship. Yes, then it does. It still works.
All right, so I go running back. I'm like, "All right, Captain, it's all yours. You want to say something?" I don't want to speak for you, but
Okay. So I guess I'll go to where he is. And I'll get on the horn and say, this is your captain speaking. The Halifax is currently grounded. Cannot lift off at the moment, but we are still trying to make this as a comfortable flight as we can. All passengers that remain on the Halifax, hidden and seen, it's safe to come out now. And if you'd like to come to the mess hall to get yourself a cup of coffee and some goop, we would gladly accommodate you. This is your captain speaking. Over and out. And then I'll go back to the metro.
I'm just saying, if I was hiding somewhere, that would be the biggest trap announcement I've ever heard.
Perfectly safe to come out.
Perfectly safe in the mess hall.
then I'll swing by
Cable.
and grab Cable and say, "Hey, man, let's run to the workshop."
I can't run.
I'll wheel you to the workshop. You're
Yeah,
chair,
I
right?
guess. I'll shuffle with you in my wheelchair.
Did we discuss, does the Halifax have like a hard reboot? Like,
So that's what we're trying to. I think that's the case that they're trying to figure out. So
essentially, we try turning it off and on again. Like,
so Ward and Cable, when you go to the workshop, see what you can find there. If you find anything, Kato and I are going to go scour the debris field out there to see if we can find anything of use or any kind of clue as to might have happened. And then I'll report back to the ship with what we find, and hopefully we can reconvene to see what you found out. My goal is, if we can somehow find a way to hard reset the Halifax, to see if that works. But I'd like to see if we can somehow figure out a way to maybe access Andromeda in some way, shape, or form too. I'm kind of keeping that in the back of my mind because we still have her memory core or what have you.
What happens if we just throw the switch in the reactor room to just kill the power to the entire ship and then flip it back on?
I don't know. I don't know if that could.
Yeah, let's wait to do anything like that until we have other. We kind of like. Yeah, because what if it doesn't turn back on and we have no
what
life
if something
support,
had a
food, no water?
I'm thinking about it because sometimes somebody gets hit on the back of the head and they black out for a second, and then they're back, and they got a.
Something tells me this is more like a virus in the computer system than it is a glitch.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to plug Andromeda in because I don't want her to become corrupted or overtaken by the virus or anything like that. Before
I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not too worried about that because I do think that she's probably a more advanced AI. But I would say we don't do it because we don't know how to do it. More so, like none of us are computer guys. Like none of us guys have really messed with AI. We barely know anything about it. I think more of that we probably risk harming her.
Well, let's go see if she happened to have anything stashed in her workshop that might assist in some way, shape, or form.
You want to try fixing my leg today before we start, or
if you want to, yeah, can absolutely.
Hey, might as well take a shot.
Cut that time down a little bit.
Yeah, let's try that first. It's worked so far.
Yeah, it's a medical aid roll, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Yellow.
Oh, I assume we have no stress die, right? Or anything left?
Yeah, everybody reset yourselves. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Yes. Everybody reset.
Actually, roll that did it. It's not. Oh, there it is. Hidden behind.
That's a successful roll.
Yeah, it actually feels a little better.
No, I don't know if you noticed, but my arm is better now. So yeah. Now we just got to get you better.
Now let's go to the workshop.
Cable, I'll be honest, I totally lost track of how long it's been. I guess once we get to a certain point where we think we're close to, healing, we'll just roll with it.
He's rolling with it right now.
Well, it was 6 weeks to begin with. It's probably been maybe a week or two?
It's probably been...
And it cuts the time in half every time we did a successful intervention.
Yeah, so now I'm at like 2... Let's see, so I'll make it 5 weeks, so 2.5 weeks left.
Okay.
But you get to try again tomorrow. Make it a week and a half.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the workshop.
Did you have no problems rolling this thing into the showers? I know this can be a tight quarter ship.
I'm good. I'm good. I got really good at it. I just have to it's hard to get up and down the ladders.
Okay, so you are splitting right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll stick with you two first. Go ahead, Ward and Cable, carry on.
All right.
So we're gonna head down to the workshop.
Yes.
And see what we can find.
Okay. Okay, so you go into the workshop and you find that you've been in Andromeda's workshop plenty of times, but you've never really paid attention to it until now while you're looking for specific documents or anything really. And you notice that she's actually well organized. And you take some time rummaging through.
Does she have her own computer down here?
Yep, she does have her own
terminal
computer.
I'm gonna try turning on her terminal and see if it does the same glitch as the one that we see on the bridge.
If you turn hers on, it does not. No. Hers isn't like a terminal. It's a standalone unit.
What do I am I able to look, is there a way that she may have hooked herself up to this thing in the past? That I could see something maybe like wires. I look at something that would make you think that this is something that she would have connected to herself.
Well,
maybe not understanding how it works, but just understanding that this is probably something that she would have used to attach to herself.
There's
yeah, specifically.
Well, I guess the easiest
interface unit. Yeah.
You the idea was that you are searching through the workshop, and you do, Ward, you come across a manual that talks about taking AI cores and interfacing them with devices.
All right. I'm gonna clear a spot on the table and motion Cable over and say, "All right, here we go. This might get us somewhere."
Okay, so do we understand it? Is it pretty clear what we'd have to do?
So it's going to take you some time to figure it out, but you're not really familiar with all this kind of tech and lingo and such. So we're probably going to have to do a couple of rolls.
Sure.
Okay, that's fine.
And we'll go from there. So before we do that, I'll jump over to Kato and Carson.
Yeah.
And you guys are walking outside.
Well, I want to make it clear that before I leave, I have my armor vest on, and that I am armed.
Perfect.
With my gun.
Good.
Before we leave the ship.
Okay.
When he tells you it's good that you made sure of that, don't go out of ship.
Don't
I got this weird sense in my head that I shouldn't leave the ship.
Okay. And so you're going by yourself?
Kato's coming with me.
Okay, Kato. So are you following Carson?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys walk out. Let's switch over here real quick. So the majority of the battle that you can tell, I mean, you see probably the most action around. Can you see my blip?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like around like this area and a little bit over, pretty, towards your ship. And it goes further down this way. It probably starts to lighten up a little bit right there, but it still trails off.
Okay.
That's one thing you see. Just as you step out. In a very, very, very far off distance, you see a cloud of, well, I would say it's not thick. It's a thin, like smoke, something like burning from far away.
If I look at it through my scope, can I get a better look at it?
Yes, you can. Your scope is what, 4 times?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah. All right, so when you take a look at it through your scope, it's pretty far, and you kind of get that what's that word I'm looking for? That horizon. Come on, help me out here. Kind of like that that mirage kind of look. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right. It's like wavy and stuff like that. You can see clearly, a little bit clearer that that something is burning, but you can't tell what it is.
Gotcha. I'd also like to scan the immediate area, to see if there's any other ships or anything that would resemble a ship or debris of a ship or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're standing out there and you're kind of scoping up around, looking around, and you do see a small area in in the battle where it looks like something may have fallen from somewhere.
Okay.
And it just looks like well, you would know that it's probably, it looks like a ship might have been hit or something.
What direction is that in?
That is heading to the east. That's probably like right around this area.
Okay.
And also, as you're scanning, you never really paid attention. And you're looking at LV 779, and you're realizing that there's it's 2 stories, you know, and you know from experience that there's a subfloor as well. But what you really kind of didn't notice before is that it looks like the roof is a functional roof. So as you're scoping up around there, you also see it's very small. It's not like what you see in the distance, but there is smoke up there. Smaller, more confined smoke. And you catch the view of something very large up there. And after you spend some time with it, you come to the conclusion that it is, I can't remember the name of it. Okay. It's do you remember Alien, you've seen Alien Covenant?
Yeah.
Do you remember towards the end they get on that ship and the aliens and they're attacking it? And it's like a huge cargo ship.
Okay.
That is what you see up there. One of those.
Wow.
The smoke is not coming from that area, just so you know.
Gotcha.
Smoke does not appear to be coming from the cargo ship. It is coming from somewhere else on the roof. Okay.
No, that's not it. I had the name somewhere. I can't remember.
I don't want to dig any further than that. So, you know.
Yeah. I had the name. I can't remember where I put it.
Is it like the you said it was like the cargo ship, like the flat one?
Yep. That has like the crane on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. If anybody else has not seen that movie, this is a very big ship. It's huge.
All right. Kato, let's just I want to head towards that smoke that's out east, but let's just scan, from here to there, see if we can find anything like of value.
Makes sense.
So I guess we'll just start moving out towards that area, but just kind of want to get a read on what we're seeing and if there are bodies or anything that we can rummage through.
Okay.
If we find anything or...
Okay. All right, so you're going to start heading east from where you are right now, right?
Yeah, where towards the smoke on the...
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you get about here, where the bulk of the battle seems to have taken place, you're seeing a like, you're pretty sure all the working Joes wound up out here or something like that, and they're scattered all over the place. They're torn apart. They're some of them are just like malfunctioning. They're just, their motors are going in a, back and forth, motion. None of them appear to be a threat whatsoever, but,
and do we have any indication what caused the damage? I mean, are we seeing like, bullet holes or blaster marks, or are they kind of torn limb from limb?
Yeah, as you're walking, and what's very unique about this is it looks like their bodies are all facing the same direction, and it's in like a circular kind of pattern. So as you're moving forward and forward, and you get closer to about here, you hit this area. This portion of the battlefield has traces of an explosion left on the ground. The explosion area has traces of electrical burns. There is nothing to indicate what the explosion came from. The explosion does appear to have started in the center and blew outward, indicated by the circular pattern with an outward motion left on the ground. And from the center, and as it spreads, those electrical burns kind of look like it looks like it's like lightning, or like this, it's got that kind of trace.
Shit, it's Thor, guys. It's Thor.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's not. Well, yeah, it's like electric. Yeah, okay. Another thing that you're noticing too is what's laying on the ground. A bunch of different kind of liquids. So you're seeing a lot of white substance, that's pretty clear what that's coming from. That's from all the destroyed working Joes. You're seeing some acidic substance, and you're seeing a very much far and few in between a green substance. And that's pretty much what you got.
Okay. Are we close enough to the smoke to see where that's coming from, or is that where the smoke is coming from? Is that hole?
No, that smoke is way, way, way out there.
Oh, okay.
You would be walking for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had put it closer. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to do that because I don't want to stray too far from the ship. And so this stretch where we're at is just where the battle took place. It doesn't spread out any further.
It continues. So let's say you're standing in the middle of the explosion area, and it spreads out, and that's how you see I guess you could say like all of the heads that are still attached to working Joes are all pointed outward, so you can tell that they were blasted out. However, you can tell that something came from or went to in the direction of the whatever's way out there. And the battle seemed to kind of end and towards that direction. It's not far enough that you can't see. You can see where the battle ended. But clearly there's tracks. Some tracks.
They're in a circle all facing outward. Does it appear to us that they were trying to protect something that was in the middle of them?
Well, so there's this explosion, which probably, I would say probably covers, 4 zones right there where you're about at.
Okay.
But there's also still just, further out to the west and further out to the east. Just ripped up, torn up.
More of a, okay. That's
like, it looks like there was some kind of
an impact or... Okay.
Well, judging by that, it looks like either something had ripped, torn apart, or even cut through these working Joes. You see indications of all that. You also see indications that the working Joes had these rifles and stuff, and they appear to have been used. They look like they're laying on the field and stuff like that, and so it looks like they probably were shooting some guns. However, they're not showing. Well, back up just a sec. The majority of them seem, if they're not impacted by this explosion, they have either been ripped apart or cut apart, and a couple of them seem to have. It's almost like a small burn, or a high or like a high caliber bullet or something going through some of them, but there's like the indication of these electrical burns as well on those wounds.
Okay.
A lot of information.
So I'd like to, since we really don't know what the hell's going on here, see if any of those rifles are salvageable, if they have any ammo left or anything like that in them. And
while he's doing that, I'd like to spend that time looking at the fluids to see if I can find anything else about the green fluid. The unidentified, we kind of suspect what the acid is. We know what the white is. I want to see if I can glean any other information from the green.
Okay.
We're using glow sticks.
We missed the rave.
Carson, you spent some time going through these guns. Unfortunately, none of them seem to be operating. At least from what you can tell. You're not very familiar with this. This is like a different technology. You're not sure what these are. Cato. So yeah, you're right. You have determined that the white is from the Working Joes, and there's the acid. You kind of have an idea where that came from. The green, though, is new. You're not sure what this is. I'm going to let you guys soak that up and move back over to Cable.
All right.
Ward.
All right, while I'm skimming through this document, the main thing I'm looking for is an image that shows the AI chip connecting into something else. I'm trying to find a starting point.
Yep. Okay.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yep. So you guys are kind of working together, trying to figure this out.
Yes.
And go ahead and give me a comtech roll. Since you're working together, one of you gets a +1.
How do you feel, Ward, about searching through these documents and finding this? Because I feel pretty decent.
Then you should probably roll with it.
Okay.
Okay, so you two are looking through these books, and you do find some information that it's I don't think it's what you were looking for exactly. Cable or Ward, one of you were looking how to hook
Well, we're both looking. Yeah, we're both.
yeah, hook her into the terminal that she has in the room, but you don't find that. But you do find some information that you can use your I can't think of names tonight.
Turns out you can plug her into a flashlight. Ask your questions. You can blink once for yes, twice for no.
Or you just shine it on the wall and you see her little image as they move it.
Yeah. She's like a shadow puppet.
But you see her mouth moving and you're like, there's no speaker on this
You can
flashlight.
plug her into your iPod.
Your Seegson system diagnostic device.
Ooh, I have one of those.
Yes, you do.
I will. Hey, Word, we should go back to my room. I have one of these in my room.
Oh, you do?
I do. I left it in my room quite a long time ago, hopefully. It's still there.
All right. I'm going to pack up the book and follow him.
So yeah, we'll head to my room and search there.
Head to my room. You need that picture.
Yeah, the
Background.
background from earlier.
Hey, come on, Ward, come with me.
Come to my room, Ward.
Hey, Ward, we're going to go to my room. It looks like a tent. We can cuddle in here. I'll keep you warm tonight.
I will follow him back to his room.
I told him earlier I had back problems, so I have to lay down because my back has been bothering me. I found the tent one, and it just looks a little unsettling.
I can help you out of this wheelchair if you need.
Yeah, I figured you'll help me there. All right, so we go to my room and we search my rooms. My Seegson is still there.
Yeah. So you knew this was a pretty valuable piece of equipment, so you took some extra care in hiding this thing, and you do find that it is still there.
Cool. We'll bring that back, I assume, to the workshop and kind of follow the thing on how to install her into it.
Oh, it's not gonna be that easy.
Oh, so now we're going back.
Well,
I thought we were going to hang out in your... Okay. I'll follow you.
We sat in my bed with my little... It's like a Game Boy. Alright, so we'll go step by step carefully, I guess, back to the workshop and follow the... I assume this thing, of course, is written in step by step, like IKEA directions. Like, take chip, put in.
It's I mean, sort of. It's more technical, but yeah, there's some lingo that you're just not familiar with.
Do we actually have the chippers?
I have her.
Oh, okay. So then we'll bring everything back and be ready for when he gets back.
Okay. All right.
And we'll study while he's gone. See what we're doing.
Yes, so that we can make sure that we're doing it correctly.
Of course.
Is there anything else you two wanted to do before I switch back over?
You can switch back over. We'll wait here.
Okay. Carson and Cato. Now that that's sunk in a little bit, what do you do?
Well, we've got a hole, a bunch of fluids, and a bunch of working Joe bodies. This wasn't saying we're probably coming up empty-handed here.
Whatever it was, it does not look like they were prepared for it.
Well,
I mean,
we've encountered working Joes. We've encountered spider creatures with acidic blood. People with their chests blown out, creepy eggs, and then something was chasing us when we left the building. So, there's a lot fucking going on here.
so I mean, why is one more weird thing a surprise? Does this? Can we tell from this? Is this something that came from underneath and blew out, or is it? Does it appear to be something that came from above and blasted in? Does that make sense? Is it?
Yep. I mean, you're between you and Carson, you're pretty much able to determine that it looks like that was something that was blown on the surface. like right there,
Oh, okay. Like a detonation, right?
like right where you stand in the middle is probably right where the explosion occurred. Yeah.
So more like a suicide bomber. Okay. And the rifles were a no-go. We couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, I haven't seen these before.
Do we keep going east? Do we go back to the ship?
I'd
I
like
don't
to
even.
do a daylight check. Where do we seem to be in the day as far as placement of the sun? Does it seem like it's going to get dark anytime soon, or we got plenty of daylight left, or
Is there a sun?
are there two suns?
You're able to determine that it seems to be kind of late morning,
Okay.
mid morning, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. We could move a little further east, I guess, and see if we find anything of interest. Definitely not going to go back into that building without everybody being together. So,
You don't want to go up on the roof, Captain?
I mean, I'm quite intrigued by what we see up there. But given that something beastly was chasing us, I don't think I want to take my chances right now. I really would love to find us a way to defend ourselves, all of us, rather than me having to run point with one gun and, a little bit of ammo. So I guess we'll continue to head east and look for anything interesting. Yeah.
Okay. So as you head east, and let me see what you can see. Yeah. Okay. So and you get to the edge of the map here. That's where LV 779 ends and heads north. As you reach that or go to breach that corner, you hear a noise as you approach that sounds like it's moving away from you, and it's best you could probably explain it as like an electrical sizzle noise. And then when you round the corner, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Do we see any of the traces, like the lightning traces that we saw before? Do we see any indications of that on the ground?
I should mention that this sound is actually familiar to you. Imogen uses this.
That's what I was
and usually it indicates that she cannot be seen anymore.
I don't think that Imogen would run away from us.
I mean, I kind of suspected that when I saw that hole. If she went full supernova, and because we don't know what she's capable of. If she felt threatened, she could be in full fight or flight mode. I think maybe she might not come to us meddling around. She might come to Grim. She likes the dog, or she might come to Ward. She likes Ward. But that's a case of mistaken identity that could end badly for us.
Yeah, I just don't. In the interactions that I've had with her, I don't think that she would run away from me. I don't know. The creepy thing is that, like, what if there's other things like her? Like, there's more than one of her here.
Yeah.
The building juts and then it goes just straight down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What the
I mean,
hell?
more or less, it's a big square.
What the hell? Let's go around the side of the building.
All at once, right? This door is, if I recall, this door is just smooth on the outside, right? We could not find a way to activate that.
This door
Months ago when we
right
started the door,
Yeah.
right? Correct.
that door is open.
Okay. I'm gonna move to peer around inside the door while shielding my body to see if I can, because we never made it into that space.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a cop style. We'll both be on each side of the door.
Peter, are you armed?
I want to say he gave me the shotgun when we found his rifle.
Yeah, I
Other
think
than
I
that-
did.
I had a claymore strapped to my chest, but
No, that's right. The Claymore. Yeah.
check what I put in my inventory.
While you're checking that out, you take a look in there. It's lit in there, so you can see.
The rave is. It's lit, y'all.
All I can think is.
You see,
Christ.
and well, I'll give you this too. When you see this, you see the storage room there on the floor, and realize that you remember seeing that on the terminal, on the main terminal, up on the second floor, and at one time it was locked.
Stick with our original plan and head around the building. I liked your idea of not going in the building by ourselves. We tried that once and that didn't.
But, you know, it is a storage room. There could be something useful in there.
It's true. It's true.
Let's see if it opens, and then if it doesn't open, we'll just turn around.
Right behind you, Captain.
All right.
Okay.
Moving in.
Is this? Do we see a door to the northeast corner here?
Yeah, is it a door, or does it keep going?
So this is open.
All right.
So I mean, you can see.
Oh, it just keeps going.
Good Lord.
And you're going to keep going?
Yep, why not?
You know, in the old Earth movies, Captain, this is where like the audience is screaming, you know, don't go in there, don't go in there.
Actually, I think the arrows pointing you into the room should be the part that tells you not to go. It's like, come on in!
I seem to remember a fish-headed alien screaming.
Oh, come on. All right, we're gonna move to this door. If there's another fucking arrow, we're turning around and we're going back out.
Okay. Door behind you slams shut.
Great. Cool.
Son of a.
I fucking hate you, Joe. I fucking hate you, man.
I actually
No fucking breaks. No fucking breaks at all.
The whole time I've been waiting for him to close the door behind you. I was gonna say he's gonna close the door behind you, just so you know. But I don't want a meta game, Joe. But Joe's gonna lock a door. He wants you to be locked in this building. You're gonna be locked in this building, people. The fact that we found a way out may be suspicious.
So both doors locked?
So, as you're
The way
walking
forward is perfectly fine.
as you get pretty close, so the door in front of you is closed. However, as you've gotten closer to it, you are picking up a very horrid smell.
Joe.
Sorry, that was me.
I'm pretty sure Dan will get on a plane after this. Whatever the hell. Fuck him.
Oh.
All right, so we're just locked in this room.
The door behind you is locked.
I said, is the door in front of us locked? Can we walk through it?
Oh, no, it is not locked.
All right, then I'll go through it and see what fucking horrid smell is coming from it. And then I'm going to put this gun in my mouth and blow my brains out.
Oh,
Cool.
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 You smell death. There are dead bodies everywhere.
Okay.
They look like they have been dead for a few days.
All right. The first thing I'm going to do is check those eggs. Are they open or closed?
They are opened, and as far as you can tell, they are empty.
Okay. All right. Then I'm just going to start fucking patting dead bodies down.
One of the dead bodies looks like it's dressed differently than the others. Most of them are dressed kind of casually. You would expect that these are colonists of LV-779. As you're going through the bodies, the one that's dressed differently looks like he's dressed up as an officer, and you pat him down, and you find a card. You find 2 cards on him.
Okay. I will pocket those. I'm going to search the room, see if there's anything else useful in it.
Okay. Kato, where are you heading?
I want to see what's in this opening to the west here.
Okay. When you peer in there,
Okay.
come on. Oh, that's why.
Appreciate that. The captain just goes charging past me. Screw this. I'm done with this.
Yeah, dude. Let's go, gung ho.
I also want to point out you went with the guy who was most likely to push you in front of the alien. It's like you chose the guy who's like, yeah, an alien. Oh, sorry, see you later, Captain.
God, one time.
You chose it as a skill.
So as you turn the corner, you find that there are 4 working Joes standing idly there. They don't appear to be hostile. In fact, they don't appear to be activated at all. They're just standing there. There is a vent off to the left.
It's a vent, not a door.
Mm-hmm.
Is it open or closed?
It is open.
Cool, let's go into the vent. So, Kato, since I've walked us into a death trap, would you like to pick which way you'd like to go?
Watching the disgruntled captain just into the vent. I don't care. Well, there's that big scary fan thing. Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're going this way. And then you can choose down here.
Before I go in there, how are these working Joes stored? Are they like, I mean, do they stand there like mannequins? Or are they in like docking stations? Like,
these particular ones are just standing there.
Okay. Yeah. This feels uncomfortably familiar. Let's go left and see where it goes. Came in badly.
Okay. Oh, the left staring at the screen. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
yeah.
Fuck, this window just popped up on my screen and I can't get rid of it. There we go.
Cable and Ward, I'm proud about you too.
Well, we can't really do anything without him anyway, so we might as well just chill out while he disappears into the ether.
You guys might as well just go to bed. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Or not.
Now, the question is, will we ever come looking for you, and then we'd have no clue where you went?
Let's say if you want, if you guys want to jump in at any time, just let me know.
Yeah, I just can't picture we would even have an idea where to go, and even if we did, that door just locks, so we would assume that was always closed.
We have no idea where they went.
We probably would walk up to them and go, they would never go in there, obviously. We know what happens when you go into buildings. You don't go in them alone. But
Much less that building.
Out loud.
Said storage room.
As you're traveling to this part of the vent, the 2 openings to the south appear to lead into rooms.
Okay, so let's do that then.
You are familiar. You have actually been through here before. You when you first arrived, you explored a portion of the first level, and you have been here before. So this looks familiar to you.
Well, thanks to the obscure map, I don't know where I'm going, so it's not that familiar. So we're just going to walk through this door.
This is where we found the spider lady, Captain. The one Ward brought home. Because, always smart to bring a spider lady home.
Okay, let's go through the glowing green door. That sounds like a good idea.
Should not be there.
What, the green door? Oh, well, let's go through that door.
Bad door to enter.
Should this building and its hallways.
So this, you remember, this hallway was branching off of that main corridor that you were.
Where the fountain or whatever
Yep.
is, right?
Exactly.
Let's go through here. Okay, great.
It's been very quiet.
Well, I'm gonna walk really fast and try to get out of this place. And I'm going back to the ship.
All right. Okay. You, Ward and Cable, hear somebody coming back to the ship.
Oh, well, we'll go check it out.
And when you get in there, you are welcomed by those two.
Hey.
You all are back together.
We got trapped in the building again.
How'd you go to the building?
Funny.
Well,
You wouldn't have gone in the building. You're funny, Captain.
No, your captain's an idiot, and I went into the building because we were trying to access a storage room. Didn't find anything of use outside except that there was a bunch of dead working Joes and then acid blood, probably from the spider thingies, and then there was a new green substance that we're not sure where it came from, and something exploded or detonated. And then we thought we might have something did the crackly thing of Imogen when she's invisible, but it was invisible, so we didn't know where it was. And then we thought we were going to go into a storage room, but we got locked into the building. We found more dead bodies with exploded chests and eggs. Found 2 key cards, so that's, I guess, a plus. And then we found our way out and made it back to the ship. So how the hell have you been?
We think
We think we could plug a Andromeda into something.
Cool, let's go do it.
Did you ever look at key cards to see who they were? Because we're still looking for some key cards to keep trying to we need to go back in and try to figure out this whole situation.
Yeah, we can do that. I haven't looked at them yet. I just grabbed them and we were trying to get out of there. And I don't have any of those names memorized, so I'm not sure whose key cards we need.
All right, well, the book here says to connect this thing to this thing, but we need her AI chip for this. So,
All right, here you go, and I'll hand over whatever I have.
Okay. All right. Who's doing what with this?
We'll try to
try to
plug
follow
it
the
in.
book.
You two? You two again?
Yeah, I'll say I read it a lot, so I feel very comfortable trying.
Yeah, we
Okay.
both spent a lot of time reading.
You read a lot. Just, somebody went to a building over here.
Okay. I need a Comtech roll.
There we go.
You are able to successfully hook her into your diagnostic device. So, basically, what this does doesn't allow you to directly communicate with her, but you can query. Basically, you just query her what you're trying to.
Are you okay?
It's more like accessing data.
Okay. Last memories.
Okay.
Like, what was the last thing it remembers?
the last thing she remembers. Yeah, so
We were unconscious. She got disconnected. So, like, what did she see? Maybe, possibly, in between those two periods of time.
Between what two periods?
So we woke up. We were passed out, right? She was awake after we passed out, maybe for a short period of time or a longer period of time.
Before she was ripped to pieces. Yeah.
Before she was torn to pieces and shut down. Does she remember anything or see anything that would give a new information?
Basically, there's information to indicate that at one point she was functional, and then another point not. Basically, it looks like she suffered some sort of before getting torn apart, she suffered some kind of like system overload that knocked her. Yeah.
Can we type in?
Can I put a suggestion?
Yeah. Go ahead.
How do we? Okay.
I was gonna see how we can add her to a new body.
I was gonna ask before that and say, mother compromised. How do we reset?
But she was already tried dealing with that. Remember, she was never able to handle dealing with mother. No mother issue. Right.
Well,
So
how
I'm
do
trying
we
to think of.
reset the ship?
Oh, we could try resetting the ship. I still think it's a virus, but and I don't know if we can reset it. But I'm thinking, is there a way to get her into a new body, like a working Joe?
Okay, so first question: how do you reset the ship? There is a complex procedure to do that. However, Andromeda's AI is indicating that she doesn't think that will fix the issue.
Yeah.
Next question was, can we add her to a new, like a working Joe's body?
Yeah,
is there a way to connect her?
Can your AI
Addable.
be interfaced with a working Joe body? Yeah.
Yeah. So you get a reply suggesting that it is possible. However, because working Joes are Seegson machines, androids, it's a much more complex process. If you were to find a Wayuu machine of some sort, it would be much more possible.
Captain, did y'all see anything out there?
No. They were all working Joes.
Yeah, 4 unplugged working Joes and a room full of dead bodies.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to try it. I don't want to risk damaging her to attach her to something. So I would rather try something that we have a chance of being successful at least, or we feel confident in. Hell, I was nervous plugging her into this little box that is meant to plug into. Any other questions anybody can think of that we want to ask?
I'm going to say, is this Andromeda? That's the question I want to ask. Is this Andromeda?
Yes.
Okay. So she at least recognizes...
Wait. How do you make cornbread?
Cornbread.
The page of scrolls.
I want to see if it prints out a detailed instruction list, or if it's just.
If you guys recall, I sent that to you a while ago, probably a year or two ago. I wish I had that handy right now, but I don't. But that's what she gives you. Yes.
Prints out like the old MapQuest direction.
Anything that we want to ask her anything about Imogen or anything, or?
Well, that's a good question. Captain kind of briefly mentioned that, but we we saw traces of a massive kerfuffle and heard some imaging type noises going around the corner. But we really weren't sure how to approach that. So I don't know if you take Grim, if we take Ward and use him as bait. I don't,
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Can we ask another question of her?
Yeah, you can
Let's say we are in your workshop. Is there anything that can give you a voice in here?
The best option for that would be to interface with Mother.
Yeah, we can't do that, obviously.
Ask her if we interfaced you with Mother, is there a chance you could be corrupted by whatever is taking over the ship?
There is a probability of about 50% chance.
Yikes.
So there's a 50% chance it won't happen.
Never tell me the odds. Well, guys, what do you think?
I think we're going to have to go back in there and try to figure out what this key card does that you got. And
2 key cards.
Now that we can leave when we want to, at least for now, I think it's time we...
What do you mean leave when we want to?
Leave.
No,
you
leave the building.
building.
We go into the building
We
and
walk
leave the
into the
building.
building and a door slams shut behind us.
Yeah, we won't go into whatever entrance you went in. We'll go into the entrance
Right,
we've
but
already
there's
created.
Right, but there's no telling if it will shut behind us.
And
We can go back into the building.
And we don't have anything to fear. It's not
That's
like there's
fine.
a bunch of dead bodies or anything in there. So we've already covered our bases in there.
Yeah,
so
weird,
I suppose
unknown
it's fine.
species and
maybe we get one more good night's rest, eat and drink, and I do think we're going to have to go and figure out what this key card does.
Possibly an important piece of information that I forgot because I'm an idiot. But there is a ship on top of LV 779. It's a cargo ship. There's also smoke coming from the roof. Not sure what that's all about. It's not coming from the ship, however. So we could try to make our way to the rooftop.
I do think we're going to have to try to make our way to the roof and figure out what's going on here.
And bring
whoever's causing our
Andromeda
issue
with us. Yeah.
Bring our Seeks and Andromeda with us.
Mm-hmm.
How big's this thing?
It's small. It's like a little...
I don't think there's a picture of it. Is there?
Yeah, but you kind of described it as a small, handheld device that, for me to control a ship. It's like it controls a ship if I need to.
Yeah, it's small.
Yeah.
The system
It's handheld.
diagnostic device.
Yeah, it only weighs like a pound or two. I think that's why I used to always carry it with me, but now I don't carry it because that was so tight.
Are your pilot skills transferable? Can you fly other things, or do you just fly the Halifax badly?
Oh God!
For the most part,
It is literally the size of a Game Boy.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Mhm.
So
It is
that's-
a Game Boy. See, it was plugging her into. It was like sliding an old Game Boy to the back of the
It
thing.
opens. It's the size of a Game Boy, but imagine if you opened the game. So it's like a DS.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
With the old
Okay.
Nintendo VR.
It's got Drug Wars installed on it. Anybody remembers that? That's going
Classic.
way
Yes,
back.
I do.
That's the Wayback Machine.
Oh, God. Drug
Legends of the
Wars.
Green Dragon used to play on BBS's. Legends of the Green Dragon.
We're old.
Uh-huh.
Man, I remember dialing up to BBS's long before there was internet.
God, I can still hear that down in
Yeah.
my
My
nightmares.
mom used to yell at us. She'd be like, "You're taking up my phone line."
Hmm.
So, are we heading out?
I think we should sleep for one night here because it's been a relatively good chunk of the day now.
Yeah,
I'd like to start
yeah.
fresh. I like to start fresh in the morning.
cool. Let's go have a family dinner before we go die tomorrow.
We've only had one thing try to attach itself to my face and kill me.
I think you're forgetting about the thing that was chasing us when we ran out of the building.
Oh, that thing. No big deal. We blew that thing up, remember?
Yeah, but from the looks of, I mean, there could be more.
He has another claymore. We strapped it to his chest. He's like a walking bomb now.
So what's left
Hmm.
inside? I'm assuming by the med lab. What's left inside the med bay? Inside the med lab?
The better question is, what are you looking for? I mean, you still have like your X-ray, equipment and stuff like that. All that's still functional and whatnot.
I'm talking about beyond what I sent to you. I'm specifically, where is it? Some of the stuff that was in the inventory, like med kits, hydration pills, nap relief, never sleep, that kind of stuff. Or was that stuff all ripped out of the ship?
All of those are gone, other than what you've had on you.
Okay.
I'm going to follow Ward to the med lab while they're going to the mess hall. I just wanted to talk to him semi-privately for. Ward, have you got the captain is more than a little bit stressed out. Like, we're talking mental break territory when that door slammed, like full bore running through the hallways. Like it like, I don't know if you have some happy pills or what, but he needs to do something for his
No, any
his stress level.
any happy pills I had were removed from me.
He we're gonna have to keep an eye on that because he's very close to his breaking point. So if we go out there, just be aware of that.
Sure.
The other question, in all your poking around and testing, it's gonna sound like an awkward question, but what color does Imogen bleed?
She bleeds red.
Okay.
Because when she cuts herself, I mean, if she cut herself, I mean, how else? I mean, GM, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was my understanding, is that she did bleed red.
No, white.
For surface
What's
cuts.
white? Oh, you're
No,
right.
yeah, because it was important that the host didn't know that.
Right. Yeah, she was it's modified.
So if
I
she was
just wasn't
cut
sure
deep
if you-
enough, I mean, maybe she would leak some other kind of fluids, but yeah, red
I mean,
would be it for
the
just a surface
situation we
cut.
saw out there just screamed gray-eyed Imogen, but there was green fluid that wasn't identifiable.
No, we wouldn't have been able to tell what color any fluid inside of her was
Okay.
from X-ray
I just-
diagnostic machines.
I knew you'd done some medical testing, but I wasn't sure how intensive it had gotten.
Not enough to be able to see the color.
Okay. Well, the one thing to rest your brain on while we're going down there is if we do run across Imogen, like I told the captain, I think if that is her, in fact, she's in full fight or flight mode.
Then let's run by her quarters real quick and see if one of her spiders is still in there. One of her stuffed spiders. We'll bring that with us. Maybe that combined with bringing Grim with us should help calm her down. Should we?
That's what I wondered. I thought about singing "Itsy Bitsy Spider" for her, but I know that creepy dude in the basement that started all this mess. I didn't want to set her off with something, so the spider might be a good idea.
I mean, you could sing it over the intercom. I mean, maybe she's actually hiding on the ship and just is too afraid to come out.
She could be. I mean, we haven't even started to think about.
I mean, she likes your voice better than mine, so I think if anybody's going to sing it, should be you.
I think,
Yeah, it should be you.
I think Cable's the one that.
Nope, she hates me now. Nope, not after I start talking about her in her invisibility form. She actually she tased me outside a ship and threatened to kill me.
My God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she tased me under the ground.
You were. She was in self-protection mode. I don't know that.
Yeah, well, I don't think she has a love for me though.
I mean, I seem to remember the doctor shot at you too.
I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna
6
shoot
half
people.
dozen. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna go straight to her room, see if I can find any of her personal possessions in her room that were left.
Mm-hmm. To Imogen's, right?
Yes. Yep, because Zoe never had a room. She had a capsule on the cryo deck.
Yeah. Okay. So you're heading to her
Which
quarters.
I think it was either there or up top.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah. The rest of you.
I'm gonna go to the mess hall, eat, and get ready for bed.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ward. Check your notifications. You got the rest of you. Yeah, I guess you finish up what you're doing and go off and head to bed.
Pretty much.
That thing is massive.
When you guys walk down the hall, you hear Ward searching around Imogen's room.
Yeah, I'll just go to sleep.
All right, so everybody except for Ward. So Ward, you're up.
Yep. So then I will head back into my quarters, taking that stuff with me.
Okay. And you're out too?
Yes. And well, I was gonna swing by and check on Grim before we went to bed, make sure he was all good and fed and looking like he was healing up properly, but then I'd go to bed.
Okay. When you go and check out Grim, you realize you haven't checked on him in a few days, and
He's dead.
Oh,
he's laying there, but he's looking like he's struggling a little bit right now.
We're terrible dog owners. I like Grim. Leave him in a room.
I'm going to
His food and water bowls are empty.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can walk him into the mess hall and just start kind of shoveling stuff out.
He's not getting up.
He's not getting up? All right.
No.
I'll go to the mess hall and grab some food and water and bring it on back to him.
Okay.
And I'll find some extra trays in there and put extra food and extra water in there as well.
Okay.
So if he starts feeling better, he can eat that too.
Yeah, when you take the water in there, as soon as he hears it, he kind of lifts his head up a little bit and starts drinking it slowly. But that's all he's able to manage to get at this point.
I'm just going to leave stuff with him and then head out for the night.
Okay.
There's nothing else I can do because med lab supplies are gone.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you all go to sleep, and it's another uneventful night. and you wake up all and feel refreshed once again.
I make a beeline out to Grim.
Okay. When you check on Grim, he's drank a lot of water, but not eaten yet. So, but he appears to be a little more conscious.
Hey, Captain, I've actually thought about how, or more actually, as I walk by the room, I go, "Hey, Ward, if he drinks all that water, where does it go? Anyone been cleaning up?
He just kind of pees in the corner.
Do you have like a
Imogen
litter
always
box
kind of
in
handled this
there? Like,
stuff. Imogen and Andromeda handled that, so.
I just closed the door because it stinks. So he's
Well, he's not exactly a pretty dog anyway, and I would imagine he always has had a bit of an odor to him.
Literally a pile of feces in the corner, pile of urine. This is like one of those parts of like DMing where you're like when people buy drinks at a bar, like it's like 2 coppers, no one keeps track of it. You're like, whatever. Don't worry about it.
Right.
That's Grim urine and feces.
Does he look like his how do his injuries look?
He looks like he's healing okay. It's just more from what you can tell.
He's more famished than anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But obviously you're not a veterinarian, but you know enough about medical that you feel confident he'll be fine.
And I'm squatted down next to him. I was like, here I was thinking that there was an automatic food dispenser in this room.
No such luck. Okay.
Into the mess hall for morning meeting, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll pretty much use this opportunity here to wrap things up for tonight. So anything you all want to explore before we get to that point, just let's lay it out here and set things up for next time.
All right, guys, I found some stuff for Imogen here. So we do have some things to help prove that everything is okay. So.
Excellent.
Oh, and apparently we were forgetting to feed Grim, so he's having a hard time right now, but he'll live.
I thought you were in charge of that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I remember when we got this dog, you were in favor of keeping it on board.
Yeah,
I wanted to get rid of it.
He said he was going to take it and walk it and feed it.
I remember. I was anti-dog. He was pro-dog.
I'm not sure that's how it went, but okay.
Ward, are you sharing that? Are you sharing what you just said?
Yeah, I'm sharing that I found some stuff. And I mean, that's all I said, is I found some things.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
We'll stock up on coffee and goop and
Yep.
I mean, tomorrow's plan.
To see what they were.
Shit shower and shave and head out to the fucking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just actually looked at looked at stuff. Yes, I will absolutely pull that out and lay it on the counter.
Okay.
What's on the counter?
The picture.
Yes. So, if you all go to story elements, you should have in a second 2 new documents or handouts. This is what Ward found in Imogen's quarters.
What is it called? Which ones are it?
Where are we going?
If you go into journal and then go to story elements.
Oh, I see it now.
So yeah, I noticed that this picture has the same thing written on it as the spider does.
Oh, there we go.
And a drawing of the Earth.
Do we know who this person is?
You do.
Is that
You know
Kate?
Zoe.
Person as Kate Parker.
Yeah, that's who I thought that was.
Do y'all think that Kate is here and came after us? And
Well, the whole 2-1D1 thing is all about Dylan, isn't it? Wasn't that what we deciphered or something?
I think that's her call sign. I don't
remember.
I don't think we ever actually decoded what that meant.
I thought it was something about a distress signal or something.
I thought that was the one that was like, it kind of told us something about.
We're doing a real good job here, guys. I remember everything.
I'm gonna go straight to the med lab.
Who's this
I'm
Imogen person?
gonna go straight to the med lab and get on the intercom and say, Imogen, are you on this ship?
Literally in my brain, I was like, "Who's Kate Parker?" And I had to think about it for a while.
Say you're not getting a response.
Yeah, I don't think that anything that has happened outside has anything to do with Weyland-Yutani. Like, if it does, it's like...
Well, there's a giant ship of theirs on top of this base.
Yeah, but like...
I mean, that could have been there when we got here.
I think we would have seen him. Wouldn't we have?
Wait, we did. There was a giant rumbling sound at one point.
Yeah, wasn't something coming in and there was
some
like
shaking? So like we heard something landing. Yeah.
Hey, GM, just for remembering, do we remember what this? I thought we deciphered this, and we're just not remembering.
No.
Oh, we did. Okay, never mind then.
No, there was a different code we got from Imogen or whatever that was like Imogen over and over again or whatever that we deciphered.
All that information is in those
before we
notes.
got here.
It's all there.
So
if you dig through it.
Yeah. So what I mean is,
So Imogen told us that the number on the spider is part of a distress call.
yeah, that's what I thought.
And that's the same number you've seen scrawled on the spiders, right? Is
Yes.
that okay?
If we're obviously through this whole fucking situation, we're dealing with things that are way above our pay grade. We're just a bunch of space truckers and shit. But what we're discovering here, I don't even know how to put all these pieces together. So maybe Kate could be wrapped up in it. But like, I feel like there's just a lot. I don't know. There's just a lot going on. All right, so everybody get ready. I'm going to take a shower and prepare myself and then get ready to head out. We're going back into LV 779 to see if we can get to that.
We did decipher it. We did, because it's I am Imogen Gray. That's what the 2-1-D1 stands for. Because I have it in my notes from Cryptic Message. I am Imogen Gray, 21B1 IDOF 56EE31. I am Imogen Gray.
Yeah, but that's not the decipher of the code. It's just what was in the recording.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Were there any
Maybe Kate Parker is Imogen Gray, and so is Imogen Gray. And so they argue back and forth on who's Imogen Gray.
While they're doing this, I'm looking for bug juice.
I am trying to figure this out, because I feel like we do know this, and we just aren't.
This number has just been a recurring theme. There's been a few things that have just been a recurrent theme this entire campaign. I think at this point, that's as much as you know.
I do feel like those might have to do with coordinates too, because I noticed that some of our jobs have like like letter codes to the maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out some year. Either that roll, die, and Joe will tell us at the end. Either way.
One way or another, you'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.